Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Spandex from Suzanne Davis. So I was nosing around Pinterest and saw this, and I'm like, that looks a lot like, well, kind of. The one end looks like, makes me think of Dragonair. Doesn't look like, makes me think of. We'll say it that way. And I haven't done this one, and I'm like, well, look at how neat that is. And it can have a really, really neat effect. And it's pretty easy, and we like easy. Okay, so this one starts, I'm going to make this big, I think. Just a bunch of straight lines. And she does show, let me tell you real quick. So in the description section, find the For More Inspiration from the Creator of This Tangle, that link. That'll take you to her Flickr account. And then if you scroll to the right, so on Flickr there's the little arrows, right, left, and scroll to the right. And then it's some other places, so she's showing some variations on this. And even doing it as a, like a fill-in tangle, like a full page, which is kind of interesting. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, just take a look. So other ways that you can play with it. I'm clicking through as I'm talking. All right. So the basics of it are this. Straight lines, like I said, I'm going to make them big. Now, I did find, because I did on my version of the step out, I tried to make it curvy. And look at Suzanne's. It's like, oh, wow, that's really, really neat. I really need to probably take a closer look at what she did. I think number one thing was my lines were farther apart, so that might not have helped. I don't know. It still turned out okay, especially with the shading, which saves everything in general. All right, so once you have your lines however you want them, then and I'm going from the left spoke to the right spoke, and so come down a little ways, up to you how much that little ways is, right? So let's go from here, since I'm doing this bigger. And so from down a ways to the top, and then rinse and repeat. Same idea. Now, if for some reason you need to, of course, you could take this, overshoot it a little bit, or kind of merge it in and come up, if you need to. I just like to think of course it's just dawning on me. I always like to think of course corrections as I'm going. And actually, I'm going to take this one, I'm going to do it upside down here, as if. I think it's my music part of me, because when I was doing my, it could have been either one, bachelor's or master's, my recital program, and it was like learning how I would almost practice. Well, no, I did a lot of practice failing. It's like, well, that turned out interesting. Okay. But it's like, how do you come out of it with grace? Because when you're doing a live performance, and it has happened, and something goes awry, and you could know your stuff backwards, forwards, upside down, and something catches your brain the wrong way. It doesn't take much. And anyway, but so I learned how to, it's like, okay, well, if this happens, this is how I'll come out of it. And if this happens, and so I think my brain is just wired, okay, so as we're working, well, here's a way we can course correct. Here's a way. All right, enough about me. All right. Then the bottom, similar, but we're starting at the end of the, well, I might as well start over here, right? That would make sense. Starting here and then going up, okay? And again, of course, it's an up to you, right? And then here, I'm just going to guess. So it looks like it's off the page. I should do that here, shouldn't I? If I'm going to. There we go. And even without doing anything, it kind of has a neat effect. But like I said, Suzanne had put where she put a little orb. It was mostly on that side. But honestly, I mean, you could put orbs here. You could you know, if you've watched more than one, you know you can do whatever you want. Now, I did want to just add shading. Oh, and then I know she had like where you could turn this into a reticula and put in tangles inside. Whatever floats your boat. But I'm going to put shading here because you can see it creates this really neat wave. But I'm going to put some graphite right on this side. Might do something underneath. I'm not sure yet. On the on the my version of the step out, where the last box I did, where I kind of was trying to make it go, in a shape. I added some rounding. I don't know if I have to go back and look at it. Sometimes, you go back and look at it later and it's like, oh yeah, that was clever. And I think it was okay. Again, some of mine were kind of just really squished together, and it ended up, like I said, it ended up looking okay. But that's just another thought if you wanted to add some rounding in. All right, we're gonna bring this out. I mean, seriously, just the one, right? Right? It's magic. I get so excited. If this ever gets old, I'm quitting. It's never gonna get old. Like I said, if it ever, what were we joking at our last Tangle Time session, and it might have been the same thing. If it ever is, stops being fun, then we're just hanging up our pens, because then it's just no. But it's just magical. And that one, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of right here on the edge, as if. Just look at how neat that is. Other thoughts could aura it. That's always neat. Well, I did that one to even it out, and I made it go a little longer. And also just a note: if you make your edge jagged, it just kind of helps. It helps with the shininess aspect. If you're going for that, I just think it looks good. Period. Versus having a straight line of graphite. Oh, just neat. Okay, so I'm thinking. Let's just turn it. See, now it looks like it's, what would that be? Okay, curved out. Looks like a bunch of, I'm thinking the end of snow shovels. I don't know why, but that's what's in my head. See, then this looks like scoops. I get concave, convex mixed up. All right. So I'm just thinking here. Let's play. So I'm thinking if you had it this way, and you wanted to add a little extra, because this is what I'm thinking, just a little extra something. So I'm just adding rounding. Look at that. Just on this one side. Just in that corner. Now, of course, there's so many other things that you could do as I'm thinking about them now. That's just that. Yeah, that's neat. Okay, I'm having this other thought, but I don't want to. I want to leave this as it is. So let's play again. Sorry, sorry, not sorry. All right, quickly, because that's what this is supposed to be. Showing quick, in a quick format. Here's how you can do this tangle. Not spend an hour playing with it, but I know from comments in the past that you probably wouldn't mind that either. But that's why I do the Tangle Time. You can watch those replays as I get them posted. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel if you want to see stuff like that. And then I have to look. Yep. Okay. Here and up. Right. This is going off the page. That's going off the page. Okay. Here's what I was thinking. Because if you want to add like some depth, right? And up to you whether you go above or below this. I'm going to go above because I kind of have some room. But could do like that. It's kind of an aura. Oh, look at that. They look like books now. And that's kind of changed the shape. Because this, I was seeing it as a scoop, you know, going up. And now it looks the other way, just by adding that line. Now I don't know how I'm going to shade it. Just kidding. I'm gonna shade it the same way. But, like here, you could fill it in. I'm just going to put little... Oh, I feel like I should put lines the other way, but I'm not going to. My mind was saying, do this. Sorry, you want to be able to see that, not just my fat hand. I mean, you could do anything in a space like this, right? Orbs. The lines could go the other way. Again, just filling it in. Could just fill it in with the graphite if you wanted to. All right, now let's do the... Oh wait, because I wanted to see what it would look like, but I want to have this be, you know, more pure. Let's put the rounding in that I did down here. This is what the fun is with Zentangle. I do talk about the fact that I have issues with, but see, that is gonna, I'm almost thinking I should put the shading over here. Because now it looks the other way. Okay, wait, let me think. You know what? Let's do it. I can always put it on both sides and change it up. All right, we'll do that. Okay. And then I forgot what I was going to say. All right, let's see. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. You know, this is what's fun. I'm not one for like randomness. That's a struggle that I work through with Zentangle, and not just in you know, as far as drawing goes, because I didn't do any kind of drawing before Zentangle. But I noticed, you know, there are other things when we started doing this, and I noticed some, I mean, changes in other parts of my life, because I'd like, well, a little part of my brain would go, well, in Zentangle we would, you know, blah, blah. And, well, no, that still looks cool. But I just wanted to share that. I mean, it's just interesting, and I think it's fun to just play. And when you get something that just pops in your head like that, do it. Just do it. It's, as Mom says, it's just a piece of paper. And just tell yourself that if you have a challenge with like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to mess it up. I'm going to put a little bit of well, let's see. No. Well, yeah, I can. Okay. Just, it is part of the fun. And if you're if you have a challenge with things like that, thinking, maybe not necessarily thinking outside of the box, but maybe implementing outside of the box. It seems weird, but it helps. Doing Zentangle helps with that kind of thing. It's one of those just really, really neat things that you wouldn't think about. Oh, look at that. That turned out neat. And let's see. I'm going to very carefully. No, it needs a sharpen. Let's see. All right. I just want to have it a little bit darker on the edges without putting more graphite in. See, look at how that, well, and then too, you can, I want it darker, but I don't want a line. Yeah, like that. It looks neat. You know, this could go very steampunky. I think I'm going to have to bring, I keep talking about, I'm going to have to bring that class back. I think it's been at least a year since we've done it. We had I can't remember what I called it, Steampunkapalooza or something. Oh, I didn't do this other side. Somebody was yelling at me, I'm sure. You missed a spot. Yes, I did. Thank you. All right, here we go. Well, and that's dark already, so I'm not gonna, well, I might as well make it darker, then it goes with the whole thing. How cool is that? Oh my gosh. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, would love it if you click on the like button. And I already mentioned subscribing, but if you liked it enough to see more, please subscribe to the channel. In the description section, I mentioned that you can find links to the step outs. And I always do my own version, and then link to the creator of the tangle. And then below that, you will find my link tree. And on the link tree is ways to connect with me. It's all the links that I could ever think of to share with you. They're there. To highlight, number one, if you'd like to be part of, I want to say, the greater conversation, hang out with other Tangle addicts, we'd love to have you. We have a private group on Facebook. So if you'd like to join us, the link is there. You do have to answer, there are 4 questions, and you have to answer all 4 of them, and in order to gain entry. And let's see. Also, if you don't want to do that, you can just follow my Facebook page, or there are some other places that I list if you're interested in doing classes where you can follow me. I do a lot of them free. If you don't see a price on it, on the graphic, that means it's free. So Thursdays, it's called Tangle Time. That is always free. I do everything I do it twice in the same day. So, and the start times are always 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. My time here in Michigan, Eastern time. Just to make it easy. The free ones are an hour, and the ones that have a fee are at 1.5 to 2 hours. It just depends on what it is. So, and that I do outline in the description. So anyway, check it all out. And let's see, what else do I want to highlight? I think that is it. You'll see all, all the links, just nose around and stuff. And yeah, we'd love to tangle with you sometime. All right, so with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.